Well, karibuni sana. I want to welcome and greetings to everyone who is watching me. Thank you, all my returning subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Nitashukuru sana. And today, I want to share my own personal experience in a relationship. My name's Jennifer Njeri Njoroga. Welcome, karibuni sana. And so, everybody wants to be loved, and cherished, and loved back. But what truly happens in the course of time? Well, listen to this story that I have for you and learn a few things from that. Karibu. So, looking at us, me and my ex, then my husband, we look like a match made in heaven, a perfect couple, all compacted together. And as we are dating, as Nairobi people do, we moved in together. And it was in this month of February, and my birthday is always on Valentine. Yeah. So I got a gift from my hubby. I opened the gift and it was a huge amount of money, 100,000. And I thought to myself, this is gonna last. The feeling, the caring is gonna last. And for the next 8 months or so, the honeymoon was there. The face of honeymoon was there. The cuddling, good sex was there. Wow. And along the way, in the course of our 8 months, the big question popped out. Jennifer, will you marry me? And of course, with his charming face, I remember very well, alikuwa amejifunga tawel ya Manchester United, a red one. Looking at him kneeling down, it was a surprise. But I said, yes, I will marry you. In a month's time, we went for an introduction according to my custom, the Kikuyu one. The introduction was done, and it was a beautiful ceremony because both families, they came in and they helped us to celebrate this beautiful day with us. We went home, and I don't know what happens, but the honeymoon phase was over, and now we had to face the real issues in the ground. We were two totally different people. And so wrangles started. And just from just a conversation, I would see the anger in my husband. And the first incident happened when my aunt got sick and I had to see my aunt in hospital. She called me. And as a sign of respect, I asked permission from my husband. He never said yes. I waited 3 weeks and he said nothing. And so I had to ask him, what are we waiting for? We need to see someone in hospital. That time, I received a hot slap. I saw 3210 and everything in it, and darkness. I got shocked because this is the person who have loved me. This is a person who would fight for me. This is a person who would even sacrifice himself for me. In disbelief, I thought it was a dream, and finally I would wake up. But this was only the beginning of not one slap, but many. On the second incident, I was to be late and I texted, babe, I'm gonna be late. I'm attending to my cousin. She's from hospital. I want to cook dinner for her and then come home. I guess I was polite. I got home at 8:15 because I checked my time. Kufungua mlango, I received hot slaps. And through the weekend, I nursed my face and my black eyes. As it was not over, after 3 days, just from the bathroom and him from watching a game, because that is what he used to do on Sundays. Nikijipanguza hivi na towel. I don't know what happened, but he came and dealt with me properly. I was naked. Our main door was not closed. And so neighbors came. They had the scream and the fight. They came. And obvious, they see someone who is naked and nobody want to come in. The fight continued until I grabbed a knife. I wanted to stab him so bad because he has been hurting me over and over again. I grabbed a knife. One of our neighbor came with her baby. Katuambia, since mumekoseana heshima, uweni mpaka huyo. She put her baby on our bed. And my ex was my hubby, seeing the baby, because he loved babies, he stopped fighting me. I put on clothes. This time was not only black eye, I had dislocated my finger. It was very shameful to continue staying in the same apartment. It was a shame. But anyway, on other occasions and more occasions, the fight continued. The fights continued. I had no one to turn to. Thinking of the family that I have come from, I had no one to turn to. And my ex had made sure that I don't have any connections with my friends. He disconnected me from that. How did he do that? He also disconnected me from my family. How did he do that? Is that whenever I want to visit my family, he would come with me. He would listen to me having gossips with my grandmother and my auntie. So I kind of, I don't know what happened, but I distanced myself from them. And so I thought I should start building my home. As time was going by, passing by, I had my own boutique, and one day he came and told me, kwanzia kesho usikuwa unaenda kazi. And so as a wife, you start choosing between work and family. And what popped into my mind at that moment is to rescue my marriage. It was hard. It was hard seeing this beautiful face, sometimes with black eyes and with bruises everywhere. But you wouldn't know that that is what was happening. If you were not living near us, you wouldn't know. At the end of the day, we got outside, walked, I smiled like nothing has happened. What was going on really wounded me, and I also became an abusive in the process. I became very abusive. I thought I I should get 3 or 5 guys to beat him up, to teach him a lesson. And since he was this strong person, I would figure out, na wakipatikana, na wakichapwa, waseme ni mimi. Oh, it was a bad idea. But there was this particular fight that was an eye-opener to me. He fought me well, good, until I fainted. Waking up, I went to hospital. My blood pressure was up. I had ulcers. And the doctor himself told me, you need to report your husband. And I said, no, I'm not going to report my husband. So he gave me medications za kupunguza pressure, and I went home. But I really thought about my life. I thought, what if I die in the process? And so immediately I made a decision. 3 days. I had packed my things, moved from this comfortable apartment, and I went to a single room, self-confused, and I started my journey. I would admit that this person was very good in covering himself. He was a nice, I don't know, he was a nice or he was doing the cover-up. But this is a person that after every few months, he would give me money to go shopping. He would see a nice hairstyle outside there and tell me, I saw a nice hairstyle. I saw a nice dress. This is what kept me tangled in that relationship for a very long time, because there was goodies coming in. Well, my big question is, should the goods, should the money tangle you or keep you in a relationship? Thank you so much. Here from Kisa ninataka kuwashukuru. Thank you for watching and staying tuned. Watch the next episode as I continue to share my own personal journey. Barikiwa sana, masalama.